Apparently, the Tesla brand is attracting more and more Republicans. Is this legit? Let's find out. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans, coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. If you haven't seen my nearly kill myself video, I'll put a link in the description below. You can check that out. So, according to The Electric, a new survey shows that Tesla is gaining steam as a brand with Republicans after being a darling of the Democrats for years. Now, I don't know about you. Personally, I'm not a fan of this whole red-blue thing. You know, it kind of puts things into boxes, and I think that things are a bit more complex than that. But, you know what? The more people that support electric cars, the better. So I'm all for it. What about you? What do you think of Republicans? What do you think of Democrats? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you care? Are you one of them? EV buyers tending to be more Democrat than Republican is also due to market incentives, apparently, say The Electric. They claim that that's due to blue states like California implementing stronger EV incentives to encourage buying electric vehicles than red states. Currently, California is still Tesla's biggest market in the US, but since the automaker moved its headquarters to Texas, the automaker is making progress with Republicans. I'm not convinced there's any truth to that statement whatsoever. I don't think that Tesla building a factory in Texas is going to sway Republicans to buying Tesla vehicles. I think that realistically what's happening is everyday people, you and me, who don't really care that much about political parties, just want to buy an electric car. And we might have tested a Tesla, or a friend might have had one, and we think, hey, important 3-point increase in Republicans considering a Tesla as their next car over just a month via CNN. Surveys by research firm Morning Consult show that in January, about 22% of Democrats were considering buying a Tesla, while 17% of Republicans were looking to purchase one. And that gap has been closing. That's remarkably similar, 22 and 17%. I think the perception by Democrats is that Republicans don't like EVs, but this suggests that that's not true. Republican consideration of buying a Tesla has risen about 3 percentage points just since December's survey. I'm intrigued. Why do you think this is? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Now, that's when it comes into jumping into action and actually planning to buy a car. But even more surprising, Republicans are now more trusting of Tesla as a brand than Democrats. I wonder why this is. Interesting. Republicans are slightly more likely to trust the Tesla brand, 27% compared to 25% among Democrats. Maybe Democrats are more untrusting. I don't know. This comes as Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been ramping up his criticism of the Biden administration over the last few months. To be fair, I think the Biden administration probably criticized him more than the other way around. But yeah, it's true. It has come from both sides. I think realistically, probably Musk is a bit peeved about the White House ignoring Tesla completely. I think that wasn't really the smartest move they ever made. Anyway, to be fair, on Tesla, over the years, Musk himself has mostly stayed away from politics, from aligning himself with one political party or another, which I think is good. And while he did have some criticism of the government during Trump's administration, it doesn't compare to his current comments on Biden, who he even called a damp sock puppet in human form. How do you come up with that? Where does this come from? Seriously, a damp dark was torn in the shed, but I don't really mind him, to be honest. Anyway, this rhetoric is making him increasingly popular in conservative circles and alienating some long-time progressive supporters, many of whom now report supporting Tesla and not Musk. I don't know how you can support Tesla and not Musk, considering he owns like a quarter of the company. Anyway, this is what the Electric's take on this is. The thing is that buying an electric vehicle makes sense regardless of your political views. Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter which political viewpoint you have, it still makes sense for you personally to buy an electric car. Absolutely. EVs are simply a better form of transport than vehicles with an internal combustion engine. They last longer, they're cheaper to run, they're better to run, they're nicer to drive, they have better resale value, they're the future. I could go on forever. So, Fred says, it just looks like if your political views were creating some hurdles to buying EVs, it's becoming easier for you to jump over those. Well, unless you're a Democrat lately, because it sounds like their view of Musk has decreased. So I don't know. However, on the other hand, I'm hearing more and more, say The Electric, left-leaning people say that they wouldn't buy a Tesla because of how Musk is conducting himself these days. That's certainly a consequence of how polarizing political discourse has become over the last few years. There's this constant aura of, if you are not on my team, you are the enemy. That's their choice. And fortunately, there are plenty of electric vehicles for them to choose from. Well, actually, Fred and the electric, I don't agree with that. There is plenty of models, but, most of them are sold out for months and months, or more than a year, at least 2 years, 3 years. So sure, there might be plenty of models, but if you want to wait 5 years or 3 or, at least 2 years for a lot of them, you can't get one. Really, one of the key reasons why people are buying Tesla vehicles right now is because they're willing to set aside their politics, make a good decision, and they build a lot more EVs. Simple fact. I mean, really, if you want an EV, you don't have a lot of choice, to be honest. That will change, of course, over the next few years. So it'll be interesting to see how this so-called perception from the left side, whether or not that influences their decision to buy an EV of a Tesla. Do you think it will? I don't know. Now, one of the interesting comments I saw here in the comment section said, I consider myself to be a former Republican. I don't accept any label for myself anymore. That said, I pray that the environment will stop being a political issue. People in red states and blue states all should want to breathe clean air. Yes, if you do hate Elon Musk, I don't, but if you do, if he said something that's offended you, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Words are just words. What matters more is really what kind of planet we live on, ultimately. Now, Psychic99 said, they inject politics into buying a car and forget a good 30 to 40% of the US are independents. Buying an EV depends upon many factors, and they try to boil it down to a political party, which in my honest opinion is lame. Now, personally, I don't have really any interest in being a part of these left and right tribes. I like what Russell Brand says about it. I like how he doesn't ascribe himself to a political party, but just to having good values such as freedom, democracy, science, respect, equality, reason, logic, rule of law, compassion. In my view, people that seek to divide are anti-American and anti-Australian, anti-world. We don't need division. And honestly, Fred, from The Electric, these are the kind of articles, CNN as well, that divide people. Let's come together. Let's not focus on whether or not Elon Musk hurt our feelings or if someone's from the Democrats or the Republicans. Let's just focus on how we can get more people to embrace electric vehicles and more manufacturers to make more EVs. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have a great day. Bye-bye.